Is there controversy over physical fitness standards for women in combat roles? The question of whether there is controversy over physical fitness standards for women in combat roles is a hot topic. Many people are curious about how these standards affect women in the military. Let's break it down. Historically, the United States military had different physical fitness standards for men and women. This was based on the understanding of physiological differences. For instance, in the Army Combat Fitness Test, men and women had different minimum requirements for exercises like push-ups and timed runs. Women's standards were generally set lower to reflect average differences in strength and endurance. However, recent changes have pushed for gender-neutral standards. This means that all soldiers, regardless of sex, must meet the same physical benchmarks for combat roles. The goal is to ensure that every soldier is equally prepared for the physical demands of combat. This shift has sparked a lot of debate. Supporters of gender-neutral standards argue that they promote fairness. They believe that all soldiers should be able to perform the necessary tasks in combat. On the other hand, critics worry that these standards may disadvantage women. They point out that, on average, women have different physical capabilities, which could lead to higher failure rates among female soldiers. Some military leaders have expressed concerns that applying uniform standards based mainly on brute strength could exclude capable women. This could limit the military's talent pool and potentially affect combat effectiveness. The controversy also has political and cultural aspects. Some officials have publicly opposed women serving in combat roles. They claim that standards have been lowered to accommodate gender integration. However, military authorities maintain that standards for combat roles have not been reduced. They emphasize that women must meet the same rigorous qualifications as men to serve in combat positions. In practice, the military has sometimes returned to gender-normed standards after trials showed high failure rates among women under gender-neutral tests. This means that different performance benchmarks are set for men and women, but the aim is to ensure all soldiers meet role-specific physical requirements. From the perspective of living in the armed forces, this controversy impacts unit cohesion, morale, and operational effectiveness. Soldiers want to be confident that every member can fulfill combat duties regardless of gender. However, they also recognize the challenges of applying a one-size-fits-all physical standard. Training programs and assessments continue to evolve to balance fairness with the demands of combat readiness. The ongoing debate over physical fitness standards for women in combat roles reflects the tension between maintaining combat effectiveness and accommodating physiological differences. The military is working to adjust policies to find an effective solution that ensures all soldiers are prepared for the realities of combat.